AfriForum's court challenge of Tshwane's electricity tariff hikes has been postponed indefinitely. For the latest, ENCA's Lorenzo Temba is outside the North Gauteng High Court for us. What's the reaction to this postponement, Lorenzo?
Yeah, Marcel, we're supposed to be at the heart of the arguments of this court case, but it was not to be. The Judge Muller, telling us today that this case has been postponed and costs have been reserved. But I do have with me AfriForum's Mark. Morning, Mustard. Thank you so much for your time. Are you just able to give us an indication of what exactly transpired that resulted to this postponement? It was mentioned in court that you are basically speaking with the city of Tshwane. What exactly is in conversation here?
I think it's very important that for the first time, Tshwane has actually responded and started discussions regarding the tariff increase, the structure, and how it should be implemented by different parties. And I think it's utmost the first place to say is that AfriForum is not backing down in any way. I think the important thing to note is that we are still in discussions and we are going to take a hard stance that unlawful tariffs cannot be implemented through the whole of the city, and we want to make sure that there's a place for different communities actually to take part of the process, but also to ensure that we get to a conclusion to this tariff matter and that we can continue with the city and that the city can continue, but in a responsible manner to ensure. And this is the first time that they have sent us a message to say let's discuss the problems, and we will come back to them. And I think it's important to say that we are not backing down in any way. We are going to take it forward, but it is a good place to say that we have started discussions with the city.
It is quite surprising though, Monet, more so because when I spoke to your colleague earlier on, telling us that you've really struggled to get any form of information from the city of Tshwane, but now there seems to be this change of heart where they are willing to speak. What is going to be top of mind for AfriForum when you come into these discussions?
Well, I think to start it off, I think the biggest damages that are going to be caused is to people either using less electricity or poor people that cannot afford a lot of electricity. So that's obviously up front the primary discussions to ensure that we cannot make sure that the people with the poor people that doesn't have the amount of money to pay the most per unit of electricity. So it's very important that that's going to be the starting point. The starting point is to say, how are we going to ensure that people that cannot afford the great amount of electricity be helped with this tariff? And I think those are the people that has the most damage to be had. Secondly, I think the great tariff structure, we are going to have discussions regarding the tariff structure and to see how maybe we can apply the structure differently and how we can make recommendations on how the structure should look. I think this is a great opportunity for us, but we also need to say that there is a different process also going on. I think NASA will still have the public participation process going on Thursday, and I think it's important to take note that these discussions will take place, and we will ensure that still our mandate is fulfilled as with the electricity tariff regulations.
And just shortly, Mornay, what then happens to the residents of Tshwane? You know, what happens now? I know that one of the concerns was that prepaid users were actually paying this exorbitant tariffs or
Yes.
these illegally increased tariffs, and I know that these sort of talks that you're going into with the city are not going to take a few days. They could take a long time. So what happens to residents now?
No, I still believe this is an urgency matter. I think it is still urgent with regards to the damages that people are having. And furthermore, we already have discussed one of these, and this is part of the discussions was that if there was a faulty problem with the implementation of this tariff, all of the users will be fully refunded. That was one of the things that the city told us to get to this point, is to say what was wrong, they will be credited in terms of the people that have already paid this amount. And this is, I think, the starting point of how we can take the discussions further. But it is important that the urgency is still there to handle this matter, especially with regards to the public participation process going on. But we will still continue with the talks, and we will update you as we should.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Well, there you have it, Marcel. AfriForum basically saying that they're willing to sit down on the table and chat to the city of Tshwane to find the best possible solution that not only is it going to benefit the city of Tshwane, but everybody who obviously consumes electricity here, and also giving a word that there could be some sort of refunding for citizens of the capital. With that, over to you.